Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Anita. I'm a consultant microbiologist. So in this lecture, we are going to see about sterilization practices. We all aware that sterilization and disinfection practices are very important in prevention of infectious diseases and in hospital infection control. So here I'm going to discuss about detailed explanation about sterilization and disinfection practices as being followed in hospitals and healthcare settings. So coming to the lecture preview. So the first would be introduction about sterilization practices and followed by definition of sterilization and other related terminologies like disinfection, decontamination, washing and asepsis and CSST workflow, and everyone should be aware of CSST workflow, which is very important in hospitals, and classification of sterilization and disinfection, and Spalding's classification of medical critical items and medical devices, and followed by sterilant. Sterilant is an agent that causes sterilization. So detailed presentation of sterilants and sterilization methods like physical methods and chemical methods. So these are the things we are going to cover in this lecture. So coming to the introduction. So sterilization and disinfection practices are very important in healthcare settings to prevent the transmission of healthcare associated infections. So sterilization, disinfection and cleaning are three different but interrelated terminologies. So all aims at removing or destroying the microorganisms from materials or from body surfaces. However, they differ in their efficacy to kill the microorganisms. So all these three, that sterilization, disinfection and cleaning, all these are aims at removing and destroying the microorganisms, but their efficacy differs. So coming to the definition, so sterilization, it is a process by which all living microorganisms, including viable spores, are either destroyed or removed from an article, surface or medium. So sterilization is a process that destroys all microorganisms, including bacterial spores. That's why it results in reduction of more than or equal to 10 to the power 6 log colony forming units of microorganisms and their spores. So the agents of sterilization are called sterilants. It can be either physical agent or a chemical agent. The chemical agent which causes sterilization are called chemical sterilants. Then coming to disinfection, it is a process that destroys or removes most, if not all, pathogenic microorganisms, but may or may not destroy bacterial spores. It results in a reduction of 10 to the power 3, more than or equal to 10 to the power 3 log colony forming units of most microorganisms, but not spores. The primary goal in disinfection is to destroy potential pathogens, but it also substantially reduces the total microbial population. So it can be achieved by a physical agent or a chemical agent, and they are normally used only on inanimate objects, not on body surfaces. So agents which achieve disinfection are called disinfectants. So based on the efficacy to kill the microbes, disinfectants are classified as high-level disinfectants, intermediate-level disinfectants and low-level disinfectants. So high-level disinfectants, they can kill bacterial spores if it is used in a sufficient concentration. It will kill all bacterial spores and all other microorganisms. Whereas intermediate level disinfectants kills all microorganisms but not necessarily spores. And low level disinfectants destroy vegetative bacteria and enveloped viruses, but variable action on non-enveloped viruses and fungi, but no action on tubercle bacilli and spores. So note that is, antiseptics are a type of disinfectants that are applied onto the body surfaces like skin to destroy the microorganisms. This type of disinfection is termed as asepsis. However, they are generally not as toxic as disinfectants, because disinfectants cannot be directly applied on the body surfaces and they are toxic. They can be used as a sterilizing, disinfecting agent in hospitals and other healthcare settings, but maybe on the surface or on the medium, but not on the body surface. But antiseptics can be used on the body surface to destroy the microorganisms. This type of disinfection is called asepsis, and this can be antiseptic, and disinfectant which are used for the purpose of asepsis on the skin are termed as antiseptics. However, they are generally not as toxic as disinfectants, as they must not destroy too much of host tissue. So coming to cleaning. Cleaning is a decontamination process. It refers to the reduction of pathogenic microbial population to a level at which items are considered as safe to handle without protective attire. So whenever we feel that it is safe to handle without protective attire, then This is called cleaning process. It results in reduction of at least more than or equal to 1 log colony forming units of most of the microorganism, but not spores. It includes manual or mechanical cleaning by soap and detergents to eliminate debris or organic matter from the medical devices. So the agents used for sterilization and disinfection can also be named with suffix based on whether they kill or inhibit the microorganism. Suffix CIDE, CIDE, is used for the agents that can kill microorganisms. Examples includes bactericide, viricide and fungicide, whereas suffix static is used for the agents that do not kill but inhibit the microbial growth. If these agents are removed, growth will resume. Example, bacteriostatic and fungistatic. So this is a table showing the level of sterilant disinfectants according to their microbicidal action. As I told before, the level of disinfectant and sterilant based on the degree of killing of spores and other microbes, these are classified as sterilant, disinfectant, and disinfectant again based on the degree of killing, it is classified into high level, intermediate level and low level. Sterilant destroys bacterial spores, tubercle bacilli, non-enveloped viruses, fungi, vegetative bacteria and enveloped viruses. Whereas disinfectants, high-level disinfectant can kill bacterial spore if it is used in a sufficient concentration, and also tubercle bacilli and all other microbes. Whereas intermediate level and low level disinfectant cannot destroy bacterial spores, and low level disinfectant cannot destroy bacterial spores as well as tubercle bacilli and varying actions on non-enveloped viruses, fungi. So coming to the CSST workflow. So it is very important for us to know about the workflow of Central Sterile Supply Department, which is a most important unit in healthcare settings and hospitals. So in a healthcare facility, the most of the sterilization practices for surgical instrument and other critical care items are carried out in CSST, which is a Central Sterile Supply Department. So it is very essential for us to understand the workflow of CSST. So it performs sterilization of medical devices, equipments and consumables that are used in operation theatre of the hospital and also for other aseptic procedures. So coming to the zones in CSST processing area consists of 4 unidirectional zones. So it starts from unsterile zone to a sterile zone, which are separated by a physical barrier. The first comes the decontamination area, where there is washing process takes place, is a unclean and a washing area. Then comes the packaging area, where the equipments and devices are assembled and packed and make it ready for sterilization. Then comes the sterilization area, where the sterilization process is carried upon. And then comes the sterile storage area. Once the sterilization process is over, the equipments and devices are stored in a sterile storage area, and from this area, this is being issued for further use in concerned department.